What's up, guys? You're about to meet Dan, and Dan just had his first trumpet lesson ever, and he's never played any sort of brass instrument in general. So this was a really interesting, unique experience for me, having him play along with the videos on trumpetwarmup.com, and I'm really curious just to see his progress over the next weeks and months. I'm going to be documenting each lesson we have, which is going to be once a week. We're just going to make sure that Dan practices as consistently as possible, and that's going to be one of the main things I focus on with him. And yeah, if you'd like to try trumpetwarmup.com, check out my personal promo code. Just use my name, Sam, and you'll get 50% off on your first month. So you can try it first month for around $7. And yeah, hope you like it.
I've always been interested in learning instruments. I play I grew up taking piano lessons, and then in late middle school, high school, I got into guitar and was self-taught on guitar.
Okay.
But over the years, I played the bass, I played the accordion, I played the banjo. But I was never really adept at any of them, and never learned music theory correctly, and sheet music was always kind of a challenge.
Yeah.
And so I felt like this was a good opportunity to finally learn the fundamentals.
Nice.
And then also learn a new instrument. I've always been interested in brass.
Cool. Yeah, you said Dizzy. You like him.
I listen to all kinds of music. I mean, Kind of Blue is one of my favorite jazz albums, but I listen to
that's awesome.
Bossa Nova a lot.
Okay.
It's more saxophone than trumpet, but
Mm-hmm.
I think there's still some
Alex
different...
Dangetz.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I think it'd be cool to play in a jazz band or something. Or I I just saw the New Orleans brass band. That's that's local to here.
Interesting. Okay.
Extra Crispy, I think they're called.
Oh, I've heard of that. I haven't seen them play.
They were just playing. I live by Lakefront Brewery.
Okay.
And there's that amphitheater over there, and they were just playing there.
Nice.
So I love that kind of preservation jazz and stuff.
Yeah. Do you know John Baptiste? He's it's awesome.
He plays piano for
Colbert.
Colbert.
Yeah, and I mean he before that he was just playing with his buddies. I think he went to Juilliard, and all of his jazz buddies would go on the train and just play in the train. He would have his little melodica thing, and he's awesome.
That stuff is so cool to me. And I've always wanted to play in jazz bands and stuff, but I never had the chops and
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool to learn all the standards and that kind of stuff.
Well, that's awesome. Well, that's my background is in jazz, so
perfect.
So you're in the right place. Trumpetwarmup.com got started through this desire to have this type of product for myself 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and the technical side of the trumpet has always and still is a struggle for me, especially compared to the other side of it, which is just the more music side, improvising side. All of that stuff was a lot more natural to me, but the actual technique side of things was a lot more difficult. And what I've been realizing over the past couple years is so much of learning this instrument is about consistency. So we're going to talk about that a ton. Okay. So consistency, not just over a week or a month, but consistency over years or however long you stick with it. So have you done any weightlifting at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think the getting good at the trumpet I see as very, very similar. In terms of stretching your comfort zone. You have to build things up very gradually over time. Right now you're not going to be able to bench 350, the equivalent to that on the trumpet,
like it's gonna take a long time to be able to do that, and you have to do it like every day basically for months. So that's kind of how I want you to like think about practicing the trumpet. Think about it like going to the gym and like getting the reps in. So we're gonna do some super basic things today, and actually not even play any notes really on the trumpet. It's gonna be these kind of like weird sounding things and buzzing and stuff like that, but it's gonna be like rapping, like getting you into the groove of things. And
Cool.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, I know we already talked about like a bit about expectations about how much you'd practice, but let's say the videos I'm about to give you are about 10 minutes in total, just for this, like the first couple weeks. And I'm curious, let's say I told you I want you to play these 10 minutes every single week for the next year. How many times do you think, how many days per week do you think you could do that and commit to?
Probably like 3 to 5, 4 to 5.
3 to 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say if we say 5,
Okay.
how confident are you that every single week, no matter what, no matter like what sort of emergency or how much work you have, how confident are you that you would get that done? Is it like 100%?
I'll put it close to like 90.
90, okay.
Yeah. Like
So
I have like a desk job. I sit at home all day.
yeah,
Like easily on my lunch break, I can practice.
yeah. Okay, so what about 4 times a week?
Yeah.
That would be 100%. Keeping in mind, we're talking about like the next year, practicing 10 minutes a day, 4 days per week.
Yeah. 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, 100%.
100%.
All right, that's what we're going with. So that's going to be our, basically your homework is going to be, that'll be the magic numbers, 4 times per week. And if you get more, that's great. But don't worry about more than that. So I want to do the first video with you, which is just breathing.
Okay.
And so this guy here, Marquis Hill, is an awesome jazz artist who I highly recommend listening to his stuff on Spotify or whatever, but he's also an amazing trumpet player with like great fundamental ideas that he's worked out for over 20 plus years probably. So he kind of has this routine that I'm actually in the process of editing, and the first 4 videos are done. So the first 4 videos kind of go through this progression that is going to work really well for you, so someone that hasn't played yet. So okay, so here's his very short instruction for this breathing video.
Exercise number 1 is breathing exercise. Literally, that's what we're dealing with. That's the most important component of this exercise. Our inhale and our exhale, right? I want you guys to repeat the syllables after me. We're going to be using the syllables ho and tu. Ho and tu, right? On the inhale, I want us to imagine there's a ball or egg-shaped object at the back of our throat. That's going to allow us to get that full openness, the full breath that we want, right? And on the 2, I want you to literally think about saying the number 2 or the letter 2, 2, 2. Hold 2.
Cool.
Cool.
So you'll notice that he's obviously taking like in a lot of air and expelling a lot of air. It's probably going to be a bit unnatural at first, but you'll get used to it. So let's give it a shot. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I do the hand stuff too?
You don't have to.
Okay.
No. Only if you're feeling it. All right. Again. Six beats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 8 beats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 3, 4, 5, 7. Now it's going to be 12 beats. Very good. How did that feel?
Yeah, I can see how that's challenging.
Well, eventually it won't be challenging. It'll just be kind of all these videos will end up being just your warm-up, like same as stretching. Okay, awesome. So do you have any questions about that breathing or anything that like felt weird or felt good? Anything like that?
I feel like on my intake, it's kind of like shuddery a bit. I don't think it's like the smoothest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I felt good about like exhaling pretty with like consistency.
Yeah. One thing I noticed was, or actually, rather than me saying what I noticed, let me ask you what you noticed about Marquis's posture.
Ooh.
So let me go. Oops.
Spoilers.
So we'll go to this side shot.
He's quite upright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like if I perch on the chair.
Yeah.
it'd be better.
And also, check out his chest. Like,
Yeah, he's not
when
like
he inhales.
heaving. Oh yeah.
Look how much air is coming in there. I mean, so when I watch you, I think just over time you'll get more relaxed with it, and like I think the shuddering is probably normal for today. But yeah, just keep those things in mind, like how his chest is expanding. I highly recommend you see the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can get mirrors at home or practice in front of one, I highly recommend that. So cool. All right, so that'll be your first video.
Okay.
That you'll practice with, and I'll send in an email all this stuff and explain it. So all right, so next we're gonna get a little more trumpety.
All right.
So this is gonna be kind of strange for you, even more strange than the breathing. So this is called free buzzing or lip buzzing. So when we play the trumpet, we're not just blowing through the trumpet, obviously. We're buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do is to warm up the muscles in the lips, we're gonna do some free buzzing, and I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to get the pitch yet on this first go through, because it can be a little tricky, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, So the note that actually, you know, before I explain anymore, let me let Marquis do the talking.
This next exercise is free buzzing. My approach to free buzzing is all about getting the blood flowing in your lips. There are some teachers, some educators who emphasize buzzing scales, buzzing melodies, but for me, it's more important to really focus on just getting the blood flowing throughout the chops, right? A lot of the times I'll actually start with just a flat, right? Then I gradually, you know, elevate that to a free buzz. Right? I want us to focus on firming our corners, loosening the aperture, letting the blood flow in the lips, and producing a solid buzz, the most solid buzz that we hear in our head, you know? Check it out. It's all about getting that blood flowing throughout the chops. When free buzzing, I like to use my finger, use the index finger, to kind of mimic and sit in place of the trumpet mouthpiece, right? So when we're playing the mouthpiece, we have a little friction, a little tension against the chops, which actually helps create the sound. And you notice when I put too much pressure from my finger, the buzz goes away, right? Right? So the goal is to put just enough pressure that it elevates the buzz. You hear the difference?
Okay, so let's try first without the finger like you mentioned on the end.
Okay.
And before I play the video, we're just gonna like just try to get any sort of buzz sound because it's gonna be a little tricky at first.
All right.
So like you said, you want to firm the corners. So a lot of people say to just say the letter M, M, and when you do that, you'll notice you get a little firmness. And the way I started thinking about this, like a couple years ago, is like this is like your muscles, like your leg muscles or like your biceps or something. That this is the stuff that you're working out. So we want to make sure that the corners are engaged when we're doing this exercise and buzzing. So don't worry about the pitch yet. Just try to make any sort of a buzzing noise, and that's sort of register. So give it a shot. That's okay, not bad. And remember, so we're also going to combine this with our breathing exercise. So remember what we did. It doesn't have to be 4 beats, but just go. Yeah. And I do not expect you to be able to do this like perfectly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so. Good. So try to take in a lot more air and blow out a lot more air. Yeah. That was a lot closer. Yeah. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
I bet you cannot wait to watch this on video later. So let's just go with the video, and I'm gonna buzz it too, and just go along with me. And even if it comes out like that weird, it's okay, because by the next,
There eventually.
yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
All right, so start the video. So it goes 8 beats for. Actually, we'll go back and forth with him, so let him go. 1, 2. Nice. So try to breathe in preparation for it. Breathe. Almost, almost. Nice. Try to tighten your lips a little more. Oh, sorry. Almost. Yeah, almost got it. Breathe. That's something. That's something, yeah. Nice. Okay, cool.
Like a balloon flying away.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like in general. Awesome. So, okay, so that'll be your second video to practice.
Okay.
And yeah, even so, it's gonna be really like, I don't know, maybe I don't know how you'll respond to it, but it'll probably be like very demoralizing. Like, it just feels like every single time you do it, you're doing it wrong, but that's okay. Like, yeah, just keep at it.
Okay.
Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is going to be mouthpiece buzzing. Some more buzzing. And all right, so for this one, we take the mouthpiece out of the trumpet, and you say M to kind of form our embouchure. Then try not to have the middle be too tight, but the corners are going to be tight, and the middle should be fairly loose. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So then once you do that, put it up to your lips. And then we're going to breathe in and just try to get that buzz through the mouthpiece. So. And like really try to push a decent amount of air, not like but it's going to be. So, yeah, try it. Nice. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. I'll play it again and then. Excellent. Excellent.
It's been wavering.
That's great for your first time. So, all right, back to the instructional video. I'll play this first. Oh, that's a great shot of Marquis. Okay.
So the way I think about mouthpiece buzzing is very similar to the way I think about free buzzing. The goal is to help get blood flowing throughout the chops. Again, this is a warm-up. We haven't gotten to the instrument yet. I always tell my students, if we can get a good sound on the mouthpiece, we can get a good sound on the trumpet, right? So very similar to free buzzing, we're going to take that breath using the syllables ho. We're going to exhale, breath attack, also very important. Most of these exercises, we begin with the breath attack to focus on
I'll explain what that means.
Right? And again, keeping in mind, you don't want to put too much pressure, just like similarly to the free buzzing. Too much pressure cuts off the buzz. Same thing with the mouthpiece. The right amount of pressure creates that sound that we want. Too much pressure.
Cool.
Cool.
So when he says breath attack, that just means you're not articulating it. Like when we were doing the breathing, it was ho and tu. So when you do the tu, your tongue is actually causing that articulation. But breath attack, you're just starting it with the air. Cool.
Cool.
So let's try this. It's gonna go 8 beats. He'll start. Then you go back and forth, and that happens 4 times.
Like call and response.
Yeah, call and response, and then it moves to 12 beats back and forth.
Okay.
All right. Oops. Okay, here we go. Breathe. Good, good. Good, yeah, go all the way through. Put the mouthpiece up to your lips. That's good, that's good. Your neighbors are gonna love you.
Yeah.
That was really good. Really good. Last one. So I think your muscles are already getting tired, which
Yeah.
it's that's just the way it goes.
Deflating.
Yeah, it's like
I can feel it.
yeah. Yeah, right. Yep. Cool. So that was actually really good. You did a great job with that. All right. So the next and final one for this week is gonna be something called Leadpipe buzz. So we're not actually gonna play the trumpet. We're gonna take out the tuning slide. This is called a tuning slide. And then you can set it on the stool. And so then obviously instead of going all the way through the trumpet, it's just the air is coming out of this tubing, kind of like a shofar or something, or like a horn. So with this, with the lead pipe buzz, there can kind of be a lot of variability with pitch, but there is sort of like a slot of a note that you want to sit in. So I believe it depends on the trumpet, but what Marquis is playing is a concert D. So that would be an E on here. So he doesn't quite, you'll see when he plays it, it doesn't quite slot. He's sort of like in between the E and the F. But basically especially for Marquis's purposes of this exercise, the actual pitch itself is not as important as like keeping it really steady and just having like great airflow and being relaxed and getting the blood flowing. So let's just try before we play the video, just try it. So it's gonna be a lot like the mouthpiece buzzing, but now we're just going through the horn.
More
so.
piece.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Now let's get that breath in there. Yep. And remember to sit up real straight. And a lot of times beginner trumpet players have a tendency to bring their head towards the trumpet. So if you can remember to keep your, like, as straight as you can sit in a relaxed way, try to do that, and then just bring the trumpet to your lips.
Okay.
So try that. Nice. I gotta remember that whole breath. Nice. Cool. Alright,
Okay.
let's give it a shot. Or actually, let me play his instructional video first.
For the lead pipe buzzing exercises, the priority and what we're emphasizing is the airflow. And again, we're simply just warming up, getting the muscles open, relaxing, getting the blood flowing. We're still in the warm-up phase. We've done breathing, we've done free buzzing, we've done mouthpiece buzzing, and now we're doing some lead pipe buzzing. Just a heads up, all of our instruments are slightly different. So the pitch that comes out might be slightly different on your instrument. But again, the focus isn't necessarily about the pitch, but it's about the motion, the air and the blood flow, right? The inhale and the exhale, getting that motion happening and simply getting the chops warmed up. Check me out.
So, when you're at home, I'd say, like, definitely use a mirror and use this tuner if you can. I'll show you.
I've got a similar one.
Okay, nice. And just, like, constantly compare, like, okay, how is he breathing? Like, what does it look like with his posture or his embouchure or whatever, and just try to compare it to yourself in the mirror. So, all right, let's give this a shot. It's gonna be the same, like 8 beats, 8 beats, 8 beats, 8 beats, and then 12 beats, 12 beats, 12 beats. 12
Back and
beats.
forth or with him?
Back and forth.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Nice.
I figure one's in there.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Thank you.
Sweet. So that's it. It's like 10 minutes. Not too bad.
So it's when I'm practicing to go through each video in succession once all the way through, or do I like repeat the video?
Once through each video. And I'm actually gonna I don't know if I'll have it by this week, but I'm gonna format it so it's literally just one video and it shows you how much time to rest, and so you can just play one video through and that's your routine for the day. So yeah, that'll be your little practice routine. I figured we won't like, I don't want you to practice too much more than that, because it's like, imagine the first time you try to like bench press or something.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to do it a million times
fatigue.
and then, yeah, exactly. So, but I don't know, maybe we can just try to play a couple notes just for fun to end it out.
Doesn't seem to quite line up. Or
So some of these cheaper horns, you
to
just
bend.
push it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't know.
That's a little greasy. Do I have a towel? Make it
Oh, I got it.
Here's a. I'm gonna wipe your hand off.
Thank you.
And so that slide you want to have this. That's a tuning slide. So let's say you're, you know what tuning is. But usually you want it about like this distance out, like a
And what does this
centimeter
guy
or so.
do here?
That's the spit valve.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. But it's condensation.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says. And then there's also one on your third valve slide. When you try to get that one up, you want to go like that. We'll move the valves while you actually blow it out. Otherwise it might. Yeah. Cool. So let's just try we'll just try to play maybe a couple notes of a scale for fun. See if we can get it. So that note we were playing most of the time was a concert F for B flat trumpet. That's a G.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky, the transposition, but so for now I'll just say it in terms of trumpet.
Okay.
So I'm going to play a G, and then I want you to try to play it after me. So I'm going to take my relaxed breath in. That was good. Nice. All right, so now we're going to go one note down, and for that you press the first valve.
Okay.
Try it one more time. A little more air. Faster. Yeah, that was better. So now we'll go E. So that's first valve and second valve both pressed down. Nice, that was good. Cool. Now down to D. First valve and third valve. Perfect. Now C is also open. You just have to be a little more relaxed with your embouchure and maybe a little slower air. So. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to try to go down from G to C. So I'll play it first and then I'll remind you of the valve combination. So it goes. So open, first valve, then first and second, then first and third, then open. So do that. Yeah, that's it. So try to play that now.
Well.
That was good. Nice. so easy to get like all tense and stuff.
That was a C, I think.
Mm-hmm. There it is. You want to try going the other way now? So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think I'm starting too high. I gotta loosen.
Mm-hmm.
Take a second.
Yeah. Yeah, put the horn down, and then whenever you feel yourself like get tense like that, just breathe out.
Yeah.
And like, you gotta constantly remind yourself about the breathing part of it, because it's something that's like very unnatural, especially when you're like trying to get, like, I just want to get the note, like you forget to breathe. But literally every time, I want you to get used to going. Yeah, that was it. I think the muscles are just getting a bit tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll say that for next week.
Yeah. I'll work on it.
Sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, awesome. So great job. I guess the key takeaways would be, or that I think they should be for you, are the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to breathe like super, super relaxed as you possibly can, while still taking in a lot of air. And like ideally, if you're looking in the mirror, you should see your stomach and your chest expand. So breathing, posture. Make sure to bring the trumpet to your lips, not bring your lips to the trumpet. And I mean, that's it, I guess, for this week. I guess also corners. So remember that these are our muscles. It's not coming from the middle. Like that's just where the air is being pushed out. But this is what's holding everything in place, all these facial muscles. So
Okay.
how does that sound?
That makes sense. If I wanted to, would you advise against practicing standing to help with posture? Should I be seated?
You can definitely stand.
I feel like that would help me from slouching.
Yeah, standing is great.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. Perfect.
Sometime next week then?
Yeah.
Okay.